Not Worry, the podcast.
Reacting to Content and Deputy. And at this point, folks, I'm comfortable in saying that I'm friends with iDubbbz and Anissa. We talk on Twitter. I was trying to keep that shit secret before because my DMs had leaked on Twitter, and I didn't want to get them in any more trouble. The fact that they've stepped away from Creator Clash at this point, fuck it. And some of the things that I talk about, I knew of a little bit earlier than I'm allowed to let on. But I'm very happy that I'm talking to iDubbbz. I looked up to, and I don't talk to him that much. Just we DM'd a couple of times. But I consider him a friend at this point. Friend of the show, iDubbbz. And which is crazy because I look up to iDubbbz. And he's one of my idols when it comes to YouTube and making documentaries. He's the only reason why I made my documentaries. Shout out the documentary Kung Fu Jesus. So I fucking love iDubbbz. And iDubbbz, Anissa, I'll say it again. If you ever come visit Lebanon, more than happy to show you guys around, to hang out with you guys. It would be my honor to meet you guys and hang out with you. Love you guys. I'm sorry for all the harassment that Ethan is throwing your way. It's disgusting. With all that said, 200 of you guys are live. No, I've not moved for good. I'm coming back to Lebanon, and I can't wait to be back in Lebanon with my setup, with my tech, with my gear, with my mic, with everything, the consistent lighting. I'm tired of having to set up this room to do this. Anyways, with all that said, folks, let me not waste any more of your time. Let us react to the Content Deputy. We're going to watch it at regular speed. It's only 32 minutes. And then if we have some time, maybe we'll watch some North Star Radio together. And that'll be the last live stream until I get back to Lebanon. So we'll see you guys in a couple of days. Let's go. And how cool is it to have iDubbbz and Anissa on our team right now? You know what I mean? Like the pro-Palestine team, anti-H3. That's fucking dope. 1, 2, 3. I haven't seen this yet. Let's go.
Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Content Deputy. Now normally in a Content Deputy I would dance around in my cop outfit in the woods, but this video isn't going to have any of that fanfare. We're just going to get straight into it. I was hoping that if I made a video about Ethan, he would act like an adult and he would keep the attacks directed at me and Anissa. Unfortunately, I was wrong in thinking that because Ethan, in a desperate attempt to attack and smear Anissa and I, he started attacking our charity event.
I don't know if you know this, but last year they lost $250,000. To be charitable, you actually have to give money to charity, Hassan. You have to give money to be charity. It's like a slush fund for them.
Ethan and Neela are well aware that we raised $1.3 million for charity the first year of Creator Clash. The second year we operated at a loss, and I take full responsibility for that.
Yeah, I do remember the first year was very, and I watched both events. I watched both Creator Clash events. I think they were legendary events. I love boxing. I train. I haven't fought. I don't fight. I'm not like an amateur boxer, but I'm an amateur boxer in the sense that I've been training for 2 years, and I do have a bunch of boxing skills, and I fucking love Creator Clash. I think out of all the influencer boxing events, they are by far and away, head and shoulders above the rest. They have heart. I teared up watching both events. Each of them have actual emotional moments. And iDubbbz is right about them being fun because all the other influencer boxing events, they're trying to be real boxing events, and they're bringing these douchey ass fighters pretending to be real boxers. They're trying to make it feel like a real boxing event. This feels like a bunch of random creators fighting, and it feels like there's this wholesome vibe to the whole thing. When Airsoft Fatty came out to sing the national anthem the first time, and then those other two dudes, I forget their name, Negasonic, they came out and sang the anthem in the second one. I don't know, dude. It's just been an extremely wholesome event. I already bought my pay-per-view. As soon as Creator Clash 3 was announced, I bought my pay-per-view ticket, and I intend on live reacting to it when it happens. I'm very sad that Ian and Anissa had to step down. Haley D gifts 5 Do Not Worry memberships. Haley D, our queen, we love you so much. Thank you so much, all of you members. I promise you, exclusive live stream next week. It's just been an insane 2 weeks, folks. This was supposed to be a vacation. So anyways, let's go back to this. So the first one did raise $1.3 million.
Year of Creator Clash. The second year we operated at
Creator Clash 2 and Influencer Boxing failed to raise money. I remember they'd lost $250,000, and then Ian ended up doing a live stream at home to make up for that loss, and they ended up raising a bunch of money for charity. So it wasn't a complete loss, guys. don't be too hard on yourselves.
A loss, and I take full responsibility for that. We did band together. The community and the fighters involved ended up raising $175,000 for charity. It's been really disheartening to see how often Ethan will attack Creator Clash through us or attack us through Creator Clash.
Ian and Anissa, masters of putting on an event.
He's reposting random troll accounts that are very easy to vet. If you click on the
Yeah, they're like Nazi accounts. This dude follows the shittiest people. He's like a right-wing Nazi motherfucker. Sam Hyde, you know what I mean? Ethan has lost all critical thinking, and he has aligned himself with the worst neo-Nazis on the internet. That is Ethan's audience, bro. I'm so glad to be out of that whole sphere. I'm so comfortable to say fuck Ethan. He's a fucking racist. He's a disgusting piece of shit. There's nothing redeemable about him. There's nothing redeemable about him at that point, except the fact that he called Hila a terrorist and he admitted that the IDF are terrorists. Good job, Ethan. Good job. Good job.
Profile, it has a bunch of Sam Hyde adjacent posts, and it just hates Anissa and I. Come on, dude, you're one step away from calling me a cuck. Just take the plunge. He's highlighting this post that equates Creator Clash to a crypto rug pull. He's saying the event is going to be worse than TanaCon. Can't wait for them to blame us for their failed event. Don't worry, Hila. I'm not going to blame you guys for anything Creator Clash related. I know you're terrified of taking accountability for anything.
Ethan's Basement, friend of the show. Ethan's Basement, the legend, is in the chat. W's in the chat for Ethan's Basement. And Marina, Nimbus, beloved patron, member, and longtime fan, has gifted one Do Not Worry membership. Consider yourselves lucky to be gifted a membership by our very own Marina. Thank you so much. We love you guys. Thank you all for being here. 300 of you in the live chat for this fun little impromptu live stream. Let's go, baby.
So that will rest solely on my shoulders. But I can't speak for the internet. The internet might actually blame you guys for it. Now, with this recent revelation that people are just going to use Creator Clash to attack Anissa and I have decided to step away from Creator Clash. We have relinquished control to our business partners who ran the previous two events. They're very capable. They know exactly what they're doing. They run events on a regular basis. The event is still happening. Anissa and I just don't have any financial ties. We don't have any ownership.
We got North Star Radio in the chat as well. Shout out to North Star Radio. Comrade Casey, I want to watch your videos. I want to watch your Ethan versus Ian video. I want to watch your Ethan suing people video. I just have not had the chance yet. It's been wild. I'm sorry, guys. A little brighter. If you guys haven't yet, subscribe to Ethan's Basement. Subscribe to Hassan Made It, actually. And subscribe to North Star Radio. Friends of the show, comrades and allies. Ooh, camera. There we go. Here we go. There we go. Let's go.
We are, I think just going to be known as the founders of the event. Yeah, I mean, I think it had to come to this eventually. I can't keep my mouth shut. I can't, I can. I just didn't want to. I want to be frank. I want to be honest.
Let's go. So Ethan and Anissa, I know, I'm not going to get into this a lot, but hey, I'm friends with Ian and Anissa. I knew that they were going to step away before this announcement. Not that much earlier, but yeah, Ian wants the freedom to be able to say whatever the fuck he wants. He felt that he had baby gloves on essentially because of Creator Clash, and now that they are separate from Creator Clash, he can actually say what is actually on his mind. So I expect this video to be a lot more honest and frank and hard hitting than the Content Cop. Heather gifts one Do Not Worry membership. Dreadful Utopia also gifts one Do Not Worry membership. Thank you for the gifted. And my name since $5. Did you see AB's new video? He attacks you in it and clips you out of context. Love your work and streams. Yeah, I saw AB's video. I have some words for his little bitch ass next week. So little AB, مع little كسكوس AB ما تخاف حبيبي رح نحكي عنك جمعة الجاي انت ومرتك اخر لبنانية بالعالم تشتغلوا عن واحد صهيوني بلا شرف. You have no honor, no integrity. You frankly disgust me personally. Let me just take a little side just to talk about AB. Lebanese people, we have noble blood. We are a proud people. You know what I mean? We are a proud people. Our country is not perfect. It is far from perfect, but we have noble blood. We are proud. We're proud to be Arabs. We're proud to be where we come from, and we're proud to stand for what's right, and we're proud to stand against what is wrong. And AB and Lena, you have proven yourselves to not be Arabs. You are not Lebanese people. I don't care what your passports say. I don't care where you were born. I don't care about none of that shit, bro. You do not represent Lebanon. You are the worst Lebanese representatives to be on the H3 podcast. And the fact that you still work for these Zionists and are happy to earn a paycheck from them, especially after Ethan referred to us as fucking Arabs, you are more than shameful. And that poor little fucking puppy, you got her a puppy and you called him Rocky to remind her that she had to drop out of Creator Clash. You gave the dog a boxing name to remind her till the end of time that you forced her to drop out of Creator Clash because Ethan and Ela made you. Anyways, more on that next week. Yeah, he called me like a barbarian or some shit. AB just wants to be a white guy. He's ashamed to be an Arab. That's why he goes by AB and not Abdullah. Anyways, next week, AB. Next week. ما تعتلم حبيب قلبي.
Quiet during the second Creator Clash because I was afraid of how that would impact other people. This year I said I'm going to do something different. I'm going to fight back if someone's trying to attack me. So that's what I did. And now I've realized like I can't really have my cake and eat it too. It's either you're going to talk shit like a foul beast on the internet, or you're gonna have a charity event. You know, it really can't be both. I'm very proud of the event that we made with Creator Clash. It's still happening, June 28th. I'm just not gonna be involved in it. Please, for the love of God, support this event. You know, I feel like in some ways I'm like cutting off an arm so that I could escape the bear trap and so I can fight. Well, that's a bad analogy. You guys get it. We've already told all the fighters, and it seems like most people understand that this is the best move. If the previous Content Cop was entertaining to you, or this video is entertaining, or you like the message, the best thing that you can do, for me, is to support Creator Clash. Buy a ticket, buy a pay-per-view ticket, an in-person ticket, or donate to the fundraiser. I just want to see this event do well. You know, I didn't try this shit because I thought I was going to be a good boxer. I didn't think I would be an awesome event organizer. And, you know, now I'm finally back to where I started, which is making fucking Content Cop videos. I don't want to make this too ham-fisted, but I kind of do want to make it ham-fisted because I'm like, I spent my last fucking 4 years working on this stupid boxing shit. I mean, it was worth it, absolutely. But, like, it's crazy that I've just returned to Content Cop. Having said all that, Creator Clash ticket link down in the description. Go check it out, buy tickets, support the charity, support the fighters, and have a good-ass time. I mean, ultimately, I think it's a good thing because I think I am meant to roll around in shit. I think me and Ethan are...
If you guys are remotely interested, a lot of you guys, I don't know if you guys ever watch boxing, if you've ever seen an influencer boxing event, but please do check out Creator Clash. It is nothing like another influencer boxing event. I've even watched it with people that have never watched boxing before, and they really found it entertaining because they're really getting creators from all corners of the internet. There's like Ren from the Corridor Crew who does VFX, and there's Will Neff like from Twitch, and he's like Hassan's friend. You got all these random ass people who would never in a million years step into a boxing ring if it wasn't for this event, and you really get to see how far are people willing to go to train. Like, did they take their training seriously? Are they gonna do a good job in the fucking ring? Like, to me, it's a really, really, really nice event. And like the tickets are like, I got mine for like $20. The pay-per-view tickets, I got them early. But if you are remotely interested in YouTube and influencer culture and in boxing, it is very much a worthwhile event to watch. And if you buy the pay-per-view, we might be able to like live stream it together and watch it together. So that'll make it even more fun.
Both meant to be rolling around in pig shit all day long. And other people are meant to do boxing or debating or whatever else. Ethan and me, pig shit rolling around type of fellas.
You underestimate my strength! I've got kosher strength! The will of Allah! I mean Yahweh! Yahweh!
I think the worst criticisms I labeled at Ethan is that he's a bad boss, a tyrant of a boss. I just implied that he was being taken advantage of by people either in his community or outside of his community, and I called him a bitch-made coward. That was like the summary of personal insults labeled at Ethan. Before Ethan even knew what my video was about, he was already framing me as anti-Semitic.
But he's like, no, actually, Ethan, the fucking Jew bag. Fuck this Jew bag Zionist baby killer guy.
That's all Ethan has. That's all Ethan has. Anti-Semitic, you're anti-Semitic, you're anti-Semitic, you're anti-Semitic, you're anti-Semitic, you're anti-Semitic. He doesn't want to come to terms with the fact that he's married to an... Well, actually, now he has. He does know that he's married to an IDF terrorist. So, Nugzoltal sends $5. Hassan will help fundraise for Creator Clash by reacting to Ethan's content puke. Good on Ian for standing on business. Absolutely. That's so fucking based, by the way, by Hassan. And I don't know... if it helps, I'll try to do the same thing. You know what I mean? If I feel like Creator Clash is being really like ruined and what's the word? Kind of jerked around by Ethan and his crew, I'll try my best. Not that I can raise a fraction of what Hassan can raise, you know what I mean? So Hassan's community has it down, they have it under control. But if they need our help, we're there for Creator Clash. I'll do whatever I can do to try to help, obviously. So no worries there to Ian and Anissa. Jana Koteva, or Jana Koteva, 20 euros. Thank you so much, Jana. I've been watching the stream from the beginning, but best wishes and thanks for watching, and thanks for the great music. I've already saved some and am playing them. Well, fucking awesome. Noor is working on has made a Spotify playlist that is pinned on top of this list. You guys can all add or save that playlist. Every song that we play on this podcast, on this stream, you can find it on that playlist, and hey, introduce it to your friends. So far, I'm playing a lot of the same artists, Dabur and Shabbajdi, because so far they have not copyrighted me. And I'm very scared of like getting copyrighted at some point. So far I'm just playing a lot of their music because they seem to be okay with the like no copyright strikes. 400 of you in the live chat. Thank you so much for being here, folks. Let's keep going with this content. Deputy.
Guys, right?
I don't know if that's what the video is.
I'm one of you. I fucking hate Jews too, guys. Let's get after it. Israelis have no right to defend themselves, actually. All Israelis are settlers, actually. What is he going to give me a history lesson now? Is he a historian? Yeah, he just discovered empathy, by the way, and only extends to the point where you're actually talking about Jewish people or Israelis. Then empathy stops and they should all be murdered. Bro's actually out there like Timothy McVeigh. He's running to the closest fucking kindergarten to blow it up. There's a Jew. I heard there's a Jewish.
That's not what Timothy McVeigh did.
They want all you guys to quit and for me to just be like alone. Little Jew boy alone.
Little Jew. We want the crew to quit so that they can have a career separate. At this point, I don't want any of them to quit. I don't care what any of them do. They could all quit today and write the nicest letter in support of the Palestinian people and shit. It's too fucking late. You disgusting, cowardly crew members. I equate all of you with Ethan now. Everyone from Nate, Olivia, Lena, AB, Dan, Zach. I mean, even Ian. I mean, Ian left, but I mean, Ian fucking sat there quietly and said fucking nothing. So just everyone, bro. Just fuck all of y'all. You're all disgusting. But yeah, they should have left for their own good. And yet, you've ruined their careers now.
Ethan, under a year ago, was saying he doesn't use anti-Semitism in that way. He's not a guy to call anything and everything anti-Semitic.
You know, in my whole life, I've never screamed foul on anti-Semitism. I literally have been getting this shit since the second I stepped foot on the internet, and I have never fucking ever done this, okay? So the people online, they're saying, oh, Ethan's making himself a victim, or Ethan's making everything about anti-Semitism. I've done this once in my life right now.
But he's like, no, actually.
Yeah. And then during the genocide, when people started to call out Israel more and more, and calling out your Zionism more and more, suddenly everyone's anti-Semitic. Even fans of Ethan and Elaz that have been their fans for years, even their friends, apparently. You know what I mean? Ian, all of a sudden, who used to hang out with Ethan, he's anti-Semitic now. Me, who spent thousands of dollars on Teddy Fresh supporting this Jewish couple. Apparently, I'm an anti-Semite, folks. Holy shit, I didn't know that. Fucking crazy. Damn, well, thank you for revealing something about me. I guess I am an anti-Semite, even though I've supported Jewish people my whole life, and I consume Jewish media and all that sort of thing. Anti-Semitic. Very logical arguments, Ethan.
Ethan, the fucking Jew bag. Fuck this Jew bag Zionist baby killer, guys, right?
I don't know if that's what the video is.
I mean, I get that he's scared and offended, but this was the whole fucking point of my video, Ethan. I was saying that you shouldn't be doing this. It led to me making this video in the first place. You were triggered by this CPS harassment thing, and then you immediately equated Anissa and I to it. That was sloppy, and that was horrendous, and it was horrendous for us. And now you're doing it again.
I'm gonna watch it live.
Should you?
Yeah, I mean, I don't care. But like, why?
I just don't think, I feel like you're gonna get really emotional and say something.
Lizzie, are you interested in watching my song later? Of course I want to watch the song, Lizzie. Of course. Send over a link to Noor. That way she can share it here in the live chat, and I can check it out in a second.
You regret.
Well, I've got the button.
Like, I know you don't have a problem taking it head on, but I just feel
Of course not, because I know that
you're understandably upset, and I feel like it might be a little.
Should we wait to talk about it, or you want to talk about it?
You should do it off stream. Because I don't know. This escalated initially because we were live and you guys were heated about. I forget what it was.
I just think it might be wise to watch it, think out your thoughts, and respond in a calm way. Because there's no chance that you don't get heated.
I don't need to fucking pre-watch this. I don't need someone else to hold my hand through it. Like, I'm ready to take on anything that these people have to say about me. He's like, no, actually, Ethan, the fucking Jew bag. Fuck this Jew bag Zionist baby killer, guys. I'm one of you. I fucking hate Jews too, guys.
You attacked us, so I attacked back, and now you're acting surprised and shocked, and you're doing it all on your podcast live. So naturally, you reacting live is you having an emotional reaction and seeing things that honestly are scary.
I just said I vented about them not defending me. What the fuck is he like? He's actually losing his shit and I just can't believe it, dude.
Should call him up.
So go fuck yourself.
I agree. Fair weather friends who are so happy to be friends as long as they're getting something out of it.
Ian sucks for the same reason right now. He could say something.
Spineless. Our POV is like, fuck everybody, and I don't want to hear any excuses. You're not my friend, and you never were, and you never will be. You never will be.
What's very insane about this content cop is I was thinking about Ethan's feelings so much in that video. I thought about the idea of like how I shouldn't be saying the term Zionist or Zionism in that video, because I was like, he has explained before that that's personally insulting to him and he doesn't like that. You know, regardless of how true it is, I was like, I'm going to think about Ethan's feelings and not mention this. Fast forward to him reacting to my video, he's just outright calling me a fucking Nazi.
Is it a coincidence that Ian really shaved his head just before doing this video and he's holding a swastika one? I mean, we can free...
Oh, he mentioned him shaving his head. He's actually trying to frame it like he shaved his head like a skinhead Nazi. How did I miss this, dude?
Palestine without being a Nazi. You fucking Nazis. How about that? Well, this is the white savior, Ian, who's just found empathy, unless you're Jewish, of course.
Ethan, people are allowed to shave their head and not be called anti-Semitic. I mean, if you're going to critique his podcast or be pissed off that he personally insulted you, even that is enough to be called anti-Semitic. It's fucking crazy. Now, I don't want to talk about Hassan's sword. I don't want to talk about Hassan's sword hilt because Ethan himself basically admitted already multiple times he doesn't think any of us did that intentionally. And he would be right.
Do I think any of them actually like wanted to put a swastika in the photo? No,
Yeah,
no. I don't actually think that. The chances that they did on purpose is close to zero, right? So I'm not accusing them.
I picked up a random...
But he's changed his mind. Talking to Hassan in the debate with Hassan, he kept insisting that they chose it on purpose. And you have 10 swords. 10 swords according to the New York Times article. Why did you pick that one? Oh, you mean it was just a cosmic coincidence? Okay. That's what Ethan was doing. He is basically saying 500 live viewers, by the way. 500 live viewers. Ethan was completely insinuating that they chose that sword on purpose. And he kept asking Hassan, who had nothing to do with the video, why didn't you take the picture down? Why did you pick that sword? Why did you have 10 other swords? Why would you pick that one? Just a coincidence? Okay. And just a week or two ago, he wasn't saying that. He'll say whatever it is to get the clicks, whatever it is to farm drama from his Sam Hyde, Epstein, Asmongold fans. That's all he's going to do. And we got all the good fans here. All the fallen fans, all the H3 fallen fans who are actual leftists, who actually care about Palestine. You're all chilling with us now. How fucking nice is that?
Sword in Hassan's room that was laying around. That could be the end of the discussion. You don't actually need to debate Hassan about the sword hilt.
He left it up.
Decision making.
If it was a mistake, he could have deleted it.
But I'm not going to delete the photo because that would be indulging in your weird anti-Semitic fantasies.
We can free Palestine without being a Nazi. You fucking Nazis. How about that?
I'm done being nice to Ethan. I gave it a chance. My sincerity and my empathy in that last video was real. I was even equating to him having crash out moments in the same way that denims could have crash out moments. I think we're all capable of it, but he was using it in the video to suggest that I was making fun of his mental health.
To my good friend Ian of 8 years, I really appreciate you weaponizing my mental health against me.
To make Ethan crash out. He's having a parasocial weird crash out. People can have crash out moments. Maybe if Ethan's able to get some help. Dude, I'm not making fun of your mental health. Every example you used was me basically saying that other people are trying to affect you. It's understandable that you're going through this right now, Ethan. We all go through this.
To characterize anything I'm doing as crashing out, that I need help, that I need to get some kind of treatment.
Bro, if Ethan says that he's been getting more harassment than anyone on the internet, what about the harassment that Ian and Anissa have been getting for years? Ever since Ian started dating Anissa, their lives have been a nightmare, bro. I've never seen anyone actually personally get as much harassment as iDubbbz, bro. iDubbbz was on top of the fucking world, bro. And the most toxic fan base online, and all these shitty fucking viewers that you have now cultivated as your own audience who depend on fucking drama, they ruined his life, bro. They almost drove him off the internet. Like, I'm so glad that iDubbbz is back and he and Anissa have like dealt with all of these issues, and they don't give a fuck what people say about them. To be honest with you, every time Anissa posts something on Twitter, bro, if you read the fucking responses, it is nauseating. The responses she gets are nauseating, but she doesn't fucking care. She powers through because she knows her life outside of this fucking internet bubble. She's happy, bro. She's happy with Ian. They're living their best life. They're baking. They're spending time with their dogs. They're making videos. They're organizing boxing events. But now Ethan has jumped on the hate train, and he has added whatever is left of his fans, mixed them in with the Sam Hyde fans, with the Epstein fans, with the Asmongold fans, with all these shitty fucking fans, Nick Eat the Oreo fans, and to try to make iDubbbz's life even worse. And that's after seeing everything that he was going through. Ian actually tried to reach out to Ethan and like help him through that video. Even though he had some harsh words for Ethan, I think the goal was still to try to point him in the right direction.
Is cruel and pathetic on a level I didn't think he would ever be possible of doing.
Every fucking example that you tried to smear me with was me actually pointing to something else that could be affecting you. He even brought up the clip of me saying, if you get help. We all need help. Everyone on this planet needs help. I don't care how you get it. You can wander into the jungle and go on an ayahuasca trip. I don't care how you get your help or what you define as help. But if it helps you, that would be good. Because right now it doesn't seem like you're getting much help. The main criticism that I was seeing online with my video...
Sorry, folks. Sorry. Boom.
We all need help. Everyone on this planet needs help. I don't care how you get it. You can wander into the jungle and go on an ayahuasca trip. I don't care how you get your help or what you define as help. But if it helps you, that would be good. Because right now it doesn't seem like you're getting much help. The main criticism that I was seeing online with my video from Ethan and Hila is that I didn't mention the CPS call.
There's really just one central point that I want to make here. My good friend Ian, in his hour-long takedown, did not mention one time Child Protective Services. Not one time.
There was not even one mention of CPS.
And a lot of the clips he uses is us fired up from the day that CPS came to us.
So like
without even explaining that at least that's the context, it's pretty cowardly.
I wonder why I wouldn't mention the CPS call. Could it be that the CPS call happened the same day that you were shit-talking me and I didn't have any chance to defend myself? You just immediately, in the same podcast, right next to each other, said, CPS call was very traumatic. And then you said, fuck Ian and Anissa. And you linked those together, you kind of layered those flavors.
Good point.
And then Anissa and I got a bunch of harassment. We had nothing to do with the CPS call. What are all these fucking comments on your Reddit saying, like, it happened because of the CPS call? I don't entirely blame your audience for getting confused, because number one, it's a fucking cult. And number two, you can't even get the timeline straight. So
it is a fucking cult. At this point, the H3 fan base is a disgusting, obsessed cult. And again, the H3 subreddit is the most deranged, fucking sick subreddit page you could ever see. So anytime Ethan and Hila cry about snark pages, go fuck yourselves, because your page, your H3 page, is the biggest harassing page. Like, they harass Hassan, they harass iDubbbz, they harass me, they harass Frogan. Anyone they can get their hands on who disagrees with little Papa Ethan and Mama Hila, they fucking go at them, bro. They tried to literally stalk my places of work. They've stalked my LinkedIn to try to reach out to my employers. Not just me, my entire fucking team, bro. My entire fucking team. These people are fucking psychotic. Okay, they need help. And yeah, they're a fucking cult.
if anyone's watching your dumbass, their brain is also going to get scrambled.
Be friends as long as they're getting something out of it. So again, he's not showing the context. What was the okay, I'll play this part. Did you guys ever find the context of what I was talking about here? Because I feel like I wasn't even talking about him. I could be wrong. I just don't remember ever saying, like, if I did say that,
I thought you were talking about them, about Anissa and Ian in that clip.
That's the same clip of
it's all the
when
part of the
CPS
same
was
clip.
called.
Yeah.
Same clip.
It's part of the same conversation.
You completely wiped your brain of what happened during the CPS stream. That's not my fucking fault. That's no one else's fault but yours.
All I wanted for you to do was say the bare minimum of like, hey, this is fucked up. This is not true about CPS, whatever. Like the bare minimum. It came up because they were talking about it on their fucking podcast. By the way, they're the ones that like started this conversation by talking about it on the podcast. Be like, hey, I'm not getting involved.
I think that was their response after you guys initially called them out.
This is what I was talking about. You cannot have something terrible happen, be like, yes, let's make some content, and then shit talk your friends of 8 years.
I'm so fired up, I don't even know what to do with myself, which is why I'm crying. On the other hand, I don't know if that's a good state to be in life.
That's the kind of spin.
And a lot of the clips he uses is us fired up from the day that CPS came to us.
For anyone confused about the timeline, Ethan was talking shit about us on his Instagram before any CPS shit. He was also talking shit about us on his podcast before any CPS visit. On March 7th, CPS visits Ethan and Hila, and that same day, they decide...
I like that there's a timeline built out, folks, just to help Ethan. But Ethan has already seen the video, and he has like an Instagram story that like this... He said that this video is even worse than the content cop, and he's going to talk about it, surprise, on Monday. He's probably going to wear a suit because it's going to get him views, because now iDubbbz is getting Ethan some views, so he's happy. He loves the drama. Don't be fooled by Ethan for 1 second, folks. He loves these videos because they are keeping his podcast alive now. And that's actually just, if I'm sad about anything, I love that iDubbbz is coming after Ethan with the gloves off. But if I'm sad about one thing, is that he's just giving Ethan more content to fucking milk now. And Ethan is going to fucking respond to this, and he's going to make like 2 podcast episodes about this, and he's just going to send more harassment towards Ethan, towards Ian and Anissa. I just wish we can ignore Ethan at this point and just let him fall into obscurity. You know what I mean? I don't really want to cover him anymore, because he's frankly disgusting. He loves this, bro. He loves this. He's so happy about this. Like anytime iDubbbz makes a video about Ethan now, it's like he's giving him a gift on a silver platter, because Ethan is going to milk it on the podcast.
Let's do our podcast, and let's have the topic be the CPS visit and how distraught we are about that. And then right next to that, right after it, you guys talk about me and Anissa. But you don't just talk about us. You shit talk us, and you imply that we're friends with people who are doing this, who are the ones who are harassing you.
Do you have evidence that H3 Snark called CPS on you?
Did I say
like
that?
Random anonymous Redditors?
Did I say that?
Wait, what's the...
I said
So
they're
who called
primary
CPS?
responsible for harassing me.
Who called CPS?
What the fuck? So, I don't know.
To be honest, I'm very proud that I didn't immediately jump to Ethan and Neil.
At this point, I kind of think it was their housekeeper that called CPS, bro. At this point, it's probably the housekeeper, because everyone's telling me that you can't make an anonymous CPS call in California, that you have to give a name. So at that point, it's probably the housekeeper that sued Ethan and Hila for trying to fire her, allegedly, for wanting to get like a hernia surgery, right? So that's probably who called CPS at this point, because if you can't do an anonymous call, that's what happened.
His defense, because when you look into the story, it actually looks a lot shittier for Ethan and Hila.
Literally.
And I do mean that literally.
There
There
we
was
go.
this H3 stream where Ethan was dumping as per usual. He was talking about his own health. He was talking about his caca breath, his dog having diarrhea, his dog having giardia.
Olive has giardia. It's a bacterial infection in the intestines that makes you have diarrhea.
His child running around putting things in their mouth.
Sonny's crawling around. He's putting everything in his mouth. He's at that age. He has giardia.
The whole family possibly having giardia.
Oh,
And now Hila has giardia.
Shut. For real?
And now I think this morning I had diarrhea.
Oh my god.
What can I...
Ethan, you fucking idiot. Who the fuck talks about this on a podcast, bro? Who talks about his little babies and toddlers having fucking giardia after you saying that your dog has it and your kids are eating dog shit? And then you're shocked when someone calls CPS, you fucking idiot. CH sends $5. شو أول أكلة رح تاكل بس توصل على لبنان وكتير اشتقنا للكرو وكس اختها الصهيونة. Look, أيوة CH حبيب قلبي. Where are you from, CH? I'm probably gonna have a shawarma sandwich. I'm not gonna lie, CH. I live next to a shawarma shop next to my house. I'm probably gonna go down and slam a couple of shawarmas. 1 beef shawarma, no pickles, no fat, and 1 chicken shawarma, no pickles, with a little bit of that extra toom, a little bit of garlic. Cannot wait, to be honest with you.
do to not get it from
Yeah,
you?
I'm trying
to-
Because I'm not trying to get
No, it's extremely ridiculous to get. You have to ingest my poop.
Talking about the viscosity of
No
his
pickles.
child's shit.
And meanwhile, he is covered in viscous,
Lebanese Armenian, each beses. Lebanon has a huge Armenian community. We love our Armenians, brothers and sisters. Fuck yeah. Thank you so much. Yeah, no pickles. I don't fuck with pickles, folks. Judge me all you want. Fuck pickles.
viscosity,
Yeah.
diarrhea.
He mentioned diarrhea a lot.
Crazy diarrheas like in the middle of the night. All the time he's having these crazy diarrheas. You wash your hands as best you can, but these are really nasty diarrheas. And then extremely foul smelling diarrheas.
So, of course, Ethan, having made
Fuck,
so
bro.
many enemies over the years, other people react to his content. And when other people see that he's talking about his children getting giardia from dog poop,
Sonny's crawling around. He's putting everything in his mouth. He's at that age. He has giardia.
people are quite reasonably concerned. And so, yes, anyone who's seeing that content might be concerned enough to call CPS, including Ethan's own chat, which, by the way, is not a measly number. It's about 26,000 at the time of this stream. So there are 26,000 people listening to Ethan go into great detail over 7 or 8 minutes about diarrhea, viscosity of diarrhea, his child having giardia, him and his whole family having giardia. They're calling it the poop house. Now what Ethan does, instead of taking any responsibility...
And Ethan has talked about how before, like once he was recording like a podcast and there was literal dog shit next to his feet because they just don't clean up the dog shit. So he's been consistent about talking about how there's a lot of dog poop in their house and they might not be the quickest people to clean that shit up. So, I mean, you know, yeah, I'm happy Ian is calling it out right now.
For sharing too much on his live stream is that he decides to attack specific creators like DNW and say she was the source of the CPS call because her chat was reacting to Ethan and saying, wow, this is concerning.
Is on her platform right now advocating for our children to be forcibly removed from us by Child Protective Services.
The problem with this CPS thing is that Ethan has proven to be a manipulative piece of shit. So when he calls on me to defend him, what the fuck am I meant to do? I don't trust you, and I'm glad I didn't trust you because in your video defending yourself, you used a video that takes context from like 3 different places and combines them to make it seem like someone is coordinating an attack on you.
Love made a good point. You said, is this every comment? I believe this is a live feed of the chat. This isn't edited.
What about the top right? I thought these were
No,
selected.
it's this. I think when you full screen it. No, this is an edit. It's a cutout of the full chat. It's just enlarged.
Oh,
there,
really?
Over the screen, yeah.
They're different, I think.
Yeah,
It's not timed. It's not timed the same way.
But it sounds like based on this clip, you knew that it was bullshit and you just went with it anyway. Ethan Klein uses this very deceptively edited video that is just like doing this smooth scroll to make it seem like that's all of DNW's chat. But that's not what it is. And then when he's called out on it, he hides it. He moves his window over the real chat.
Also, this is not a joking matter, by the way. It can be very severe and deadly to small children. I mean, much like many other illnesses.
Reading the chat, co-signing
it's very,
it.
very, very dangerous.
Now pay attention to her chat.
Have a housekeeper anymore, or perhaps he lost his extra housekeeper. So now,
bro, after the debate, Ethan's voice like disturbs me. Just like khalas, I can't stand this fucking man, bro.
the house is just like covered in dog shit, and he has kids, and his kids like.
Why does it have to be anyone else's fault but your own? Take some fucking responsibility. It's just so bizarre that Ethan would expect Anise and I to make a statement when DNW herself already made a statement about it and said that she does not condone calling CPS.
So we're talking about CPS. 1, I don't condone. 2, I've never condoned it, and you will not be able to find a clip of me saying, yes, we should do this, because it doesn't exist. I've literally given Ethan Klein credit on multiple times or multiple instances, and I will do it again right now, for not showing photos of his kids.
Part of my criticisms of Ethan initially was the openness. I think it's a problem that you are that open, Ethan.
Well, you know I'm very open about everything. It's part of how I wanted to conduct myself and how I wanted to relate to the audience is to be open.
Yeah, but maybe don't incriminate yourself by saying that your kids have contracted like this rare kind of like fucking stomach virus by eating dog shit. You know what I mean? That's on you, bro. None of us needed to know that. No one needs to know that shit. You know what I mean? Not necessary. I taught my cats. I recently adopted 2 cats, and they both had Giardia. I can talk about it because I don't have kids at home that got Giardia from my cats. Then who's gonna get it? I'm not eating fucking cat shit. I clean up after their shit. They shit in a litter box. I empty it out every day. I take the poop out of the house. And as far as I know, I don't shove my hands in my mouth when I'm done doing that. But like I talked about that, but you talked about your kids getting it and your wife getting it and you potentially getting it for 8 minutes. And the only reason I even talked about Giardia was because you were talking about Giardia, and I just thought it was funny that as you were having CPS called on you, that hey, my cats also had it. But a completely different set of circumstances.
Been as possible about every fucking thing in my life.
It is not strictly a benefit to be as open as possible on your podcast.
Ethan was just sharing his thoughts, what we were thinking, we were speculating.
Sonny's crawling around. He's putting everything in his mouth. He's at that age. He has Giardia.
We were speculating.
Oh,
And now Ela has Giardia.
shut.
Be open as possible about.
Yeah, he did make it seem like they had it. He didn't say we think they have it. He didn't say, he's just like they have it and Ela has it. So yeah, Ethan, idiot.
Every fucking thing in my life.
Really? How many siblings do you have?
I don't know, dude. The internet's too fucking weird to give out all that information.
Oh, you don't even want to say how many because you're afraid that it will
Yeah, by
somehow
all means,
compromise
keep
your
talking
privacy.
about it.
On top of Ethan characterizing me and my wife as anti-Semitic, he also takes a dig at my tattoos.
Bro, you literally look like a fucking free tattoo pack that you get for 25 cents from a windy thing, bro. Like, literally, my kids have cooler fucking tattoos from Chuck E. Cheese.
That to me is the richest of all the insults because Ethan's tattoos are literally the ugliest. We've talked about this before. Sorry, guys. Sorry, guys. The lighting keeps on changing here, so.
Bro looks like he just went to the menu and was like, I'll take that one, that one, that one, that one, that one, and that one.
I have quite a few options here. I can show your tattoos in all of their glory.
This is a trend. I've seen these tattoos in Lebanon. You get your kid to draw something either on your leg or like on a piece of paper, and then you ask the tattoo artist to recreate your kid's scribbles. They're cute. I've seen people like draw their parents and stuff like that. They're usually like cute little drawings. This is literal fucking scribbling. Like his kids were literally like just fucking randomly fucking. I mean, they're children. They're not supposed to be fucking artists, but like you don't get that shit tattooed on you, bro. You don't get scribbles tattooed on you. It's like you dropped paint on your leg. It's like you were painting a wall and you dropped a bunch of paint splatters on you. This is so disgusting. This is like if anyone has like OCD to look at that shit as a tattoo, that would drive me crazy, bro. If I had that on my leg, I would fucking chop my leg off if I couldn't get it lasered off. You know what I mean? This would drive me insane to look at that. And who the fuck would get this tattooed and then have the balls to criticize someone else? But Ethan loves throwing stones from a glass house, bro. Okay? He makes fun of how people look when he looks fucking weird. He likes to make fun of people's tattoos when he has weird fucking tattoos. He likes to make fun of other people's ticks when he has a whole fucking bunch of ticks. He's fucking crazy, bro.
Or I can show that your tattoo made it to the top of awful taste but great
Dude got this tattoo to surprise his wife. She has no idea what's coming. The quote and the font are the icing on the cake. We did a whole episode on this fucking tattoo, folks. Don't even get me started on the Ela tattoo. The fucking jump scare exorcist tattoo. Casual Sheep Gardener sends $5 and says, any advice for starting a podcast? I want to start one focused on interviews with the people who are hurt by Western powers to help Americans learn. Any advice on starting a podcast? Well, first of all, do it for fun and because you want to. Don't do it because you think it's going to be able to make you money or get you famous or anything like that. Because if that's the goal, you won't get far. Make sure it's something that's fun for you and interesting for you, or else you're going to lose interest very fast. Try to be as original as you can. Try to be as unique as you can, and don't give up. Also, when you're going to start off with low views, and that is usually the kiss of death for people. They're gonna feel like embarrassed, and they're gonna feel bad for posting more videos because there's like low views, and they're gonna give up. If you give up too soon, you're not gonna give your channel a chance to grow. So be patient. Ignore the low views at the beginning because how are people going to know you have a channel if you're not already like some kind of social media influencer? Take your time. People will eventually find your content. And if it doesn't, and if you're doing it for a while and people aren't interested in your content, don't be afraid to pivot. Don't be afraid to to be inspired by other content creators and do what I did. I had like I used the H3 as an example of how I wanted to grow my podcast. I had a bunch of, like, I used Hassan as an example. I used H3. I used the John Campea show, random movie related show that I watch every day. Make sure you have some other creators that you can model your content after, someone with a proven formula that's worked, people that you enjoy watching. Try to learn what you can from them, apply them to what you're doing, make sure you're having fun doing it, make sure you're not overextending yourself, make sure you're not frying yourself and you're too tired. And eventually, success will come. Eventually, the audience will find you, and hopefully, you'll be able to make it.
Execution subreddit, which is not a good thing. I mean, it might be a good thing for the artists that you work with because that means that they did a good job from a technical standpoint, but it's sort of a failure in every other aspect, particularly the decision-making aspect. If you want to go tattoo for tattoo, Ethan, we can do that. You want to keep it to other things? We can. I'll give you that option. Ethan also talks about the potential CTE that I might have after boxing.
Yeah.
Ethan, your whole system is scrambled.
No, your brain is scrambled from getting punched in the face too many times because you don't understand the situation. Some people are saying the CTE is starting to take effect, I guess. That would be comforting if there was some explanation, at least.
Any amount of CTE that I may have endured after doing 2 boxing matches, I'm going to say is preferred over having to share the load of doing 50 jumping jacks with my wife.
Yeah, what if we do both do them? We'll both do 25 at once.
25 each?
Oh my goodness.
Great form by both.
Really nice. They must work out.
Also, why are you talking about CTE at all?
I gotta see that again.
Both do 25 at once.
25 each?
Oh my goodness.
Great form by both.
Really nice. They must work out.
Also, why
Is he doing it in reverse? Isn't it like you spread and then like this?
My wife.
Yeah, what if we do both do them? We'll both do 25 at once.
25 each?
Oh my goodness.
Great form by both.
Really nice.
Wasn't Eli in the military? Is that? You guys are horrible, bro. What the fuck? Anyways, yeah. Sorry.
They must work out.
Yeah, he's doing it in reverse, isn't he? It's tripping me up. I'm like, I can't. It looks wrong, but I can't tell what's wrong about it.
Also, why are you talking about CTE at all? Like, you've continually illustrated that you can't keep track of anything.
It came up because they were talking about it on their fucking podcast. By the way, they're the ones that like started this conversation by talking about it on the podcast. Be like, hey, I'm not getting involved.
I think that was their response after you guys initially called them out.
He can't even keep straight who attacked who first. He thinks that our podcast where we're expressing sympathy for him and Ela was the impetus for him talking shit about us. I much prefer boxing-induced CTE than harassment-induced CTE. Ethan acts like we're such great friends and that like he shared such intimate moments with me, but it's all horseshit. He's lying. Like the whole thing is a fucking lie. He's manipulating his audience. We did not have a close relationship.
You guys were buddies for a long time.
He texted me like one time like, hey dude, we should talk this out. And I was like, I don't feel like having this conversation right now. That's
times,
it.
huh?
So Ian kept trying to get me on the phone or text with me. And I told him, dude, honestly, I don't feel like having this conversation right now.
Okay.
Fair, right? I just didn't want to do it. Okay?
Just in that particular moment,
and then
or like at all?
Well, it turns out I didn't want to talk to him at all.
Okay.
If the relationship was that close, you would have talked to me on the phone. You wouldn't have shit-talked me. You would be curious where my brain was at and where I was coming from. There's this moment in the Content Cop where I'm trying to give an example of the cycle of harassment. Have you ever been in a comment section and found someone to argue with? It doesn't stop. It can literally go on forever if you don't want to touch grass.
I mean, yeah, this was kind of... Okay, what does that have to do with me?
I don't know.
Are you okay?
Ethan and Ela act like they have no idea what I'm talking about here. So, I mean, maybe they don't. It's a very obvious and easy to digest point. That's why I made it that way. I'm going to explain it here so everyone on the internet understands. When you have a podcast where you are constantly emotionally dumping and saying things just off the top of your head and you're attacking other people randomly, maybe from your perspective it's not attacking. Maybe you're just commenting on someone else's situation.
He's got to be one of the most visually repulsive people. FaZe Banks, like, in my opinion, he's somewhat repulsive to look at.
And being
pedophile. Pirate Software was like weird about it. It's like, look at my old voice, it's so lame. What an obnoxious loser. She goes, I can't believe these people are so obnoxious. And he looks like an idiot who's
who's obsessed with me, dude.
But what happens when other people comment on your situation? It doesn't feel too good, does it?
But he's like, no, actually, Ethan, the fucking Jew bag. Fuck this Jew bag Zionist baby killer, guys, right?
That's what H3 does. They talk shit about someone, the person responds. H3 is happy when someone responds because they can make videos about that, and then the other person responds, and then we respond. That's what we did. Hey, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. We talked about H3, then they talked about us, then I would talk, hey, Ethan called me a rat, then Ethan would react to that, then I would react to something else. Like, Ethan called me Millhouse, then I would react to that. Like, but again, my content and daddy was Ethan. I learned from H3, so I know how to do this. I can play that game with Ethan all fucking day long, Ethan. I don't give a fuck, my man. Okay, this whole podcast, do not worry, is mainly based on H3 podcast, bro. So I can fucking go toe to toe. I'm just fucking bored at this point, bro. And you fucking piss me the fuck off. Just seeing your face, hearing your voice. I'm fucking sick of it, bro. You know, it's been 6 months. I'm good with it. That's it.
I don't know if that's what the video is.
That is the back and forth I'm describing. You might have thought we were just saying that Ian and Anissa are bad friends. Well, guess what? We didn't take it that way.
Our POV is like, fuck everybody, and I don't want to hear any excuses. You're not my friend, and you never were, and you never will be. You never will be.
What we took it as is Ethan and Neil are shit-talking us. They just implied that we are okay with people using CPS as harassment, and now all of their fans are brigading us. So I am going to respond in kind and make a content cop. So yes, that is what the cycle of harassment looks like.
Okay, what does that have to do with me?
I don't know.
How about you fucking Nazis? How about that?
You might think that all of the harassment you're getting has everything to do with your politics and your idea of Israel-Palestine, but a lot of my gripes were centered around you dragging me into your shit. You know, you knew that you were going through a lot, and you were saying, I'm hurting, I'm now going to make them hurt because they're not putting their head on the chopping block. Fuck you, you're a piece of shit. I'm sure there's anti-Semitic people that are attacking you guys, but they're not me, they're not Anissa, it's not Hassan, it's not all of these other creators that you're attacking. You're not the biggest victim on the internet, Ethan. Other people can experience a horrible fucking time. And guess what? They're not getting this other benefit, which is 26,000 viewers. You're getting a lot of money and a lot of content, a lot of things that you care about from these beefs and from the...
Exactly. Ethan lives for this shit. His podcast... It lives for this, bro. That's the only, like, he's not gonna let this go. He's going to milk this for every single penny that it's worth. And someone called me anti-Semitic for saying that on Twitter. I was like, Ethan is gonna milk this drama for everything that it's worth. And they were like, are you saying that because he's Jewish and he likes pennies? I was like, oh my fucking God, bro. You people are legitimately fucking insane. I can't even, like, you know what like, everybody loves money, bro. Like, everybody wants to make money, you know what I mean? But if I say that Ethan wants to make money, that's anti-Semitic because he's Jewish. What the fuck is happening to the world, bro? And Ethan has weaponized the term anti-Semitic now. Whatever you say, whatever accusation you lob at someone, you're a fucking anti-Semite. You can't even say fuck sabra hummus without being labeled an anti-Semite. Can you fucking believe that, folks? How fucking absurd is that? Edgeless Vermin sends $10 and says, H3 Fallen fan, new DNW fan. Well, thank you so much. I was holding out for a long time, way longer than I should have. I had hope that this man could have some introspection, but he's far too gone, and his fans are psycho. Well, Edgeless Vermin, I'm glad to see that there are still people that are still leaving the H3 community, because at this point, I kind of believe that if you're still watching H3, you're kind of condoning everything that they're saying, because at this point, Ethan has said and done everything necessary, in my opinion, to drive someone that is pro-Palestine away from their fucking show. You know what I mean? So the fact that you still held on this fucking long is impressive. It's never too late to join the family. It's never too late to become a Do Not Warrior. Welcome to the family. Thank you for supporting the channel. W's in the chat for Edgeless Vermin, for seeing the light and becoming free of H3's grasp.
Harassment. There are a lot of people that you've just bullied and they have nothing to gain out of it. Frogan isn't making a bag from this. She's not getting content out of this. You're attacking her in relentless ways and endorsing so much worse harassment than what even you send her way.
The shit he said and posted about Frogan over the past years is like insanely nasty shit.
Yeah.
Worse than anyone I've seen. If this is true, absolutely mind-blowing, insane
That's
shit.
gonna drive him crazy. I was gonna react to that clip at some point. I'm glad Ian put it in this video, that way I don't have to do it separately. He's gonna lose his shit at the proposition that Ethan is not the biggest victim online. He's going to lose his mind because, as you all know, Ethan and Israelis always have to be the #1 victim. So Ethan, what do you think about of Love's statement right there?
Hold on, it's not worse than anything you've seen.
Oh,
how could it be worse
apparently.
than anything you've seen?
Literally, no. I guess
He was
not.
very nasty.
He
well, I'm just saying, people like fucking want to like get lay down and fucking like.
I'm talking about specifically
castrate,
against Frogan.
But like he called her fat, right, and ugly, which is horrifically mean. I get called a fucking baby killer.
I was talking specifically about
That's way
Frogan.
worse than being called fat and ugly.
No one's allowed to be a victim. No one is allowed to have any grievances online if they're not pro-Israel, I guess. What's the point, Ethan? Stop it with the constant victimization. And now tomorrow, iDubbbz called me out again. Ugh.
In my opinion.
Also, on top of Ethan and Hila constantly victimizing themselves, I did notice that as soon as we didn't immediately jump to Ethan and Hila's defense, Ethan took that to heart and he started to make that his employees' problems. Instead of just, sucking it up and taking it on himself, he decided to imply that Lena is going to have a problem with that.
A lot of this has ramifications for the crew. The way that they have it set up is basically, if Lena were to drop out, she would lose, she would have to pay back $25,000 or something insane. And besides that, which I told her I would cover if she wanted to drop out, she's been working really hard. And just because I'm having an issue with what's going on here.
You bringing up Lena dropping out of the fight was you publicly showing to your fans, I don't approve of this. You were saying this shit before the content cop even came out.
Yeah, it's to anyone who thinks that Lena dropped out of this willingly, you're crazy. There's a whole episode, there's 20 minutes where Hila and Ethan just sit there pressuring Lena to drop out, and her and AB are like, we can't drop out, it's not fair for our opponent, I've been training for a year, I got LASIK. And he was like, well, sometimes you have to stand up for what's right. You have to stand up for your boss. How could you fight? Just text him right now. Text Anissa. Grab your phone. Why don't you text Anissa? Tell her you want to leave. We will cover it. We will pay, but you cannot do this. They forced them to drop out, bro. And AB, the little coward AB, last week was like, thank you, Ethan. Thank you for helping us drop out. Thank you for covering the expenses. Just like the good little ass licker that he is. Little AB. Ethan. Little fucking bitch boy. We got a funny Rand R&D sends $2 Canadian. ما كانت تعرف مين Ethan و iDubbbz عرفنا عليهم. So Rand says that she had no idea, or he had no idea, who the fuck Ethan and iDubbbz were before I talked about them. So I'm sorry I introduced you to Ethan, but you're welcome for me introducing you to iDubbbz. iDubbbz is a treasure. I'm sorry you have to learn who Ethan is. I apologize for that. Lena, get me a sody.
Which I told her I would cover if she wanted to drop out.
But now you are saying that you didn't have a problem with any of it until I made the video.
I was totally on board until the organizer put out a video calling me a psychopath for harassing his friend.
Obviously, Ethan and Hila will victimize themselves every chance they get. But when they have the chance to victimize someone else who's on their crew, they'll also do that.
You already forced Lena into this horrible situation. And again, you forced this situation on her.
Why would I do such a thing to Lena? Dude, you have as much agency as I do. You didn't have to badmouth me on your podcast. That was a choice that you made.
So go fuck yourself.
I agree. My good fucking friends who I stood by after all these fucking years can't find a spine to speak up.
Oh, the organizers of this event are not jumping to my defense? All right, well, maybe instead of shit-talking them, maybe I should zip it.
So go fuck yourself.
I agree. You already forced Lena into this horrible situation. And again, you forced this situation on her.
Bro, I fucking hate Hila Klein, bro. What a fucking terrible person, bro. Fucking raider of Ramallah, raids an innocent family in Ramallah and never apologizes for it and still says that she's proud of her fucking military service. I wish I could see the look on her face when Ethan said that the IDF are terrorists and what she must have told him when he got home. Oh, that must have been so fucking good. That's the only moment I wish that their life was a reality show just so I could see the fucking reaction, bro. But Hila is a terrible fucking person, bro. A terrible fucking person. Edgeless Vermin is now a Do Not Warrior. Well, welcome to the family, Edgeless Vermin. We love you. Exclusive live stream again next week for patrons and members. Next week when I'm back in Lebanon, exclusive live stream for you guys. This is almost done. I'm kind of sad.
By the way, iDubbbz, Lena's fucking having a panic attack.
So go fuck yourself.
I agree.
But you're just lobbing it to me and Anissa. I'm lobbing it back to you. You're the one who brought it up. If you lob it back to me and you say, well, I didn't have your back publicly. well, fuck you. I'm going to lob it back and say, you're being irresponsible on your podcast, and you're not taking any accountability for the shit you're putting out online. I think that's going to do it for this video. There's a lot more that I can share, but I'll save that for the future. And in closing, I will reiterate so that, there's no ambiguity about it. Anissa and I are no longer involved in Creator Clash. We're stepping down completely. We hope that the event is a massive success this year. We hope that all of the fighters get what they wanted out of it. I'm sorry that I'm such a fucking nasty person who just wants to roll around in the shit. I'll put the link to Creator Clash down in the description if you want to support them in their mission to get creators to fight and raise money for charity. You can do that down there. I will be doing that on my own, and I hope you guys have a good time. Also, for all the people who touch grass, I want to remind you to click the like button on this video, not so it goes in your algorithm or anything, just specifically so that we can add a counter narrative, or I can get an idea of how much astroturfing is out there. Because I know that a lot of these fuckers, they love their dislike button extensions. And I saw that shit and I was like, what the fuck? These are all like fabricated numbers. The like-dislike ratio was like 80-20 on my video, and then they tried to create a narrative of like, no, people actually hate this content cop, guys. It's actually so much worse. Like, bitch, like, people were more upset with, like, my wife being on OnlyFans. You're not gonna convince the internet that fucking Ethan Klein isn't being a piece of shit. Like, sorry, guys. It doesn't matter how many dislike extensions you have.
We can free Palestine without being a Nazi, okay? Yeah, fuck you guys too, okay? How about you fucking Nazis? How about that?
It's blatantly and obviously fucking disingenuous. This shit blew my fucking mind. Like, this is fucking insane. And, like, dangerous. He is going out of his way to slander you as a neo-Nazi. Like, that can get you hurt.
I love the song, but what? Who's Dan defending here? I don't understand. Isaac SN sends $5 and says AB is inundating that you are barbaric. Pissed me off so much. It takes some balls for a half Anglo-Lebanese American to call a Lebanese person that. Yeah, fuck him. I would love to react to it now, but I feel like it'll be more hard-hitting from Lebanon with more Lebanese people, with all of us expressing how ashamed we are of AB. But AB already knows that I think he's a little bitch. Hanan sends $10. Although the debate was just Ethan being a gotcha high schooler, the long exposure to his hatred caused a moral overload to those who were still charitable to his Woe Is Me podcast. I would hope so, Hanan. His dumbass audience thinks he won the debate. His fucking dumbass thinks he won the debate. His wife thinks he won the debate. So it was just kind of annoying for me to watch. But I mean, I'm just glad that he admitted that seeing him call Arabs fucking Arabs was very eye-opening. And just hearing him, knowing that now there's like some trouble in paradise between him and Ela because he called her a terrorist, that's also probably funny. $5. Ethan Cool sends $5 and says, Ethan wants to be Howard Stern so bad. He does love Howard Stern, and he has mentioned that, Howard Stern is like a big influence on him or whatever. I've never listened to Howard Stern. Dreadful Utopia sends £1 just to be £1 to be supportive. Thank you so much, Dreadful Utopia. Member, the patron. Dreadful Utopia is fucking great. We love you. Let's continue. So he's defending Ethan, but iDubbbz is using it for his own defense. Okay, so he's defending Ethan here. That's fucking crazy, bro.
Going out of his way to slander you as a neo-Nazi. Like, that can get you hurt.
Thank you, Ethan Klein. You are my best friend. You are the rent payer. You are the legend. Thank you, Ethan Klein. You are my best friend. You are the rent payer. You are the legend.
Thank you, Ethan Klein.
Let's talk about Canada.
Genocide.
As communist.
Oof, well, that was fun. Good job, Ian.
Do not worry, the podcast